bring those together though, like kind of that experience you had in Lima and the thoughts that you were, thinking about, like I'm outworking everyone here. Why am I not getting, at the time what you thought you were, was due to you? Even from maybe bringing this down to like a tennis standpoint, like those that were in your cohort that you feel like, okay, I'm outworking these people, but maybe they're seeing more success on the court than I am. And I don't know, for the listeners who don't know, like the guys kind of in your range, like your year plus or minus a
Hmm.
year, like
Sure.
you've got the Felix Auger-Aliassime, you got Tsitsipas, you've got uh, I mean Jason saying like he's just now starting to kind of see his some
Yeah.
success. Higo Gaston, Sebi Korda, Alex Popren, Mia Marquez Malovic, like no
Yeah.
joke players on the ATP tour, but you're right there, trading W's and
Sure.
losses with these guys. What would you
And
say was
five in
the
the third with
thing?
Tsitsipas back in the day.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
Setting
remember
a break,
correctly, yeah.
man.
Yeah, setting the break right there.
So what would you say is the thing that, like, outside of the hard work, that kind of like at that age separates those kind of players?
Yeah, it's a great question. And you know, this is when you get to sort of the hard reality of, my dream when I was very young was I want to be the number one tennis player in the world, ATP. That was it, nothing less. That was my goal. And obviously, I had a very awesome career that I'm super proud of. When it came down to that, is obviously I continued playing pro tournaments, through the end of my junior career as well as college career. And when it got to sort of the end of my college career, I had a really good job offer, and had to make the decision to play pro or work. And it was one of the harder decisions I've made in my life. But when I look at tennis objectively, and I look at myself objectively, and I look at Stefano Tsitsipas, Sebi Korda, Ben Shelton, and these guys, I knew that for me specifically, I was a great tennis player. I was very athletic, had a good serve for my height, had great returns, phenomenal backhand, decent forehand. Um, and but I didn't have that one thing that was better than everyone else's, right? Ethan Quinn, one of my best friends, was my doubles partner at UGA in my last year. He's obviously having a lot of success right now, 130 in the world. He's got that one thing. He's got a forehand that, I mean, it is probably top five, top 10, maybe top five on tour, the way it comes off. It's different. It is different. It's something you can't teach. It's an intangible. And so when I looked at my game objectively, I wasn't I'd make deep runs in futures, but I wasn't winning challengers, right? I wasn't Francis Tiafoe, I wasn't Tommy Paul, I wasn't Opelka, wasn't Taylor Fritz, where right out of juniors, boom, I'm like winning challengers, right? Like those guys. That was not me. And so when I looked at my game objectively, I thought that uh, if it were in my cards to make top 100, I'm not gonna say that it was impossible. If it were in my cards to do that, I think it was gonna take 3, 4, 5 years. And so was I willing
Why do you
to?
say that?
Because I don't
How did
think
you
I think
predict?
I
How
would
did you
have
predict it
been.
out like that?
So because just looking at my game objectively, I felt like I was going to be more of like a Fratangelo, Mitch Kruger, Tennis Sangren, right? Like
Yeah.
those
Okay.
guys that were journeymen, right? They're like proper journeymen. Because I didn't have JJ Wolf's power off the wings, right? That intangible thing. I wasn't 6'5" lefty with a wicked arm like Ben Shelton, right?
Yeah.
So like, and again, I'm not saying maybe a miracle could have happened. I could have figured something out in 2 years, top 100. But looking objectively, did I want to spend 3, 4, 5 years, giving up a lot of my life to potentially make it? And so that's the hard reality that you have to face, is that hard work can take you very far. It took me very far, but it can only take you so far. And it is the hard reality that there are intangibles that you must have when it comes to becoming a top 100 tennis player. Sebi Korda has the best feel, like
Mm.
his ball striking skills are out of this world. Doesn't matter how hard I work, I will never have his ball striking skills. Just what it is. And so I think like, and I hope that's, maybe it's a bit of a pessimistic view, but I don't think it's impossible. There are guys that are grinders that, Kecmanovic is a good example. I mean, obviously he's one of the best counter punchers, but like, but right, but
All time.
yeah, okay, so maybe a bad example, but like, I mean, there are some guys in there that are proper grinders, right? Maybe it's Sebastian Baez, right? The guy's small and he just freaking grinds so hard, right? So it's not impossible, but if you really want to like look at your game objectively and think like, okay, what do I have? What kind of tool that do I have that no one else has or no one else can replicate that like can't be replicated by hard work?